Senator Filippi.
Thank you, Speaker. Last year when we had the Taylor Swift tax proposal in front of us, the reason why I was so opposed to it is because it was a new reservoir of state power. They would only grow. At first it would be homes over $1 million that were second homes, and then it would be all homes, and then it would be homes over $500,000. And it's because the nature of government is to expand and take more and more of the people's resources. At its core, that's why I'm opposed to this statewide network of tolling, because I believe eventually it will be expanded and it will continue to grow and will eventually touch our passenger vehicles. A couple examples where I think past history of this state portends negatively for the future are when we did pension reform. We promised that any surplus in the budget would go to fund the pension system. That lasted 2 years. We also promised that we'd do an 8-year phase-out of the car tax. That didn't happen. And when we asserted a sales tax to fund DEPCO in the 80s, that was only supposed to be a temporary sales tax that would be repealed when DEPCO was fully paid off. That was never repealed. So it gives me great pause that the constitutional amendment, which was put forward as an amendment tonight, was rejected. Because the only way we can bind our future successors to the promises we make today is by amending their Constitution. So at its core, I'm opposed to tolls, and that's my case. But if we are going to establish a tolling program, we need to put forward the best bill possible. And this does not do it. We are establishing the most intensive system of statewide tolling in the nation. There is no limit on the number of locations or the locations. That map that the governor put forward, that was a political map. That was a political map. There were no tolls in the East Bay. That was a political map. We all know that the number of tolls can increase and the locations can change. There's no limit on the price of each toll. There's a limit on the total tolls paid per day. But if I were the DOT director, I may say, hey, the first toll you go through is $39. Everyone's a penny after that. We don't limit the power of the DOT director to make those decisions. There's no requirement that the data is securely maintained. We already had that debate tonight. I won't rehash it. No limitation on using gantries to issue speeding tickets or other moving violations. There's no limit on the privatization on the operations of the system. If you go to page 9, lines 24 to 31, they clearly allow a private operator to maintain and operate the gantries. I have a problem with that. I think it's a government function if we're going to go down that road, not some private operator picked through competitive negotiation. And I have questions as to whether the income has to be put into the restricted receipt account in DOT. Maybe I'm incorrect, but I look through here and I don't see a specific requirement that the operator has to deposit the money into the DOT. Maybe that's another problem in the bill that needs to be cleaned up. So I oppose this bill for many reasons. Philosophically, and beyond philosophically, the bill just needs work. It needs to be made better. And I oppose this wholeheartedly, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Clerk, unlock the machine. All in favor, please vote green. Those opposed, red. Clerk, lock the machine. 52 in favor, 21 opposed. The act prevails.